Have you ever felt that gnawing anxiety in your stomach when you check your bank balance? That whisper of worry about the future, about making ends meet, about providing for your loved ones? Maybe you're constantly striving, working harder, chasing that next promotion, that bigger house, that elusive feeling of security you believe money will bring. You see others, seemingly stress-free, living lives of abundance, and a part of you wonders, what's their secret? What am I missing? Or perhaps you've hit a financial wall, a place where the weight of debt or the relentless pursuit of more has left you utterly exhausted, emotionally drained, and questioning everything. You're not alone. So many of us are on this roller coaster, desperately trying to navigate the complex world of personal finance, only to find ourselves feeling more confused and trapped than ever before.
But what if I told you there are ancient, timeless warnings, wisdom passed down through generations, specifically designed to help you avoid the very pitfalls that ensnares so many? What if the Bible, a book often overlooked in modern financial discussions, holds the keys to not just financial stability, but true, profound peace and freedom? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on 3 insidious money traps the Bible clearly warns us about. These aren't obscure theological concepts. They are practical, tangible dangers that will rob you of joy, peace, and even your spiritual well-being if you're not careful. We're going to walk through each one, understand its subtle allure, feel its crushing grip, and discover the path to escape, all rooted in profound biblical truth. By the end of this journey, you won't just know about these traps. You'll have a clear, actionable roadmap to financial freedom and an unshakable peace that money simply cannot buy. Stick with me, because what you learn today could fundamentally transform your relationship with money and your life. Let's dive straight into the first trap, one that so many fall into without even realizing it: the relentless pursuit of quick riches and material possessions. Imagine for a moment a young man, let's call him Alex. Alex started out with a modest income, a humble apartment, and a heart full of dreams. He worked hard, saved diligently, but always felt a subtle unease, a yearning for something more, something faster. He scrolled through social media, seeing influencers flaunting lavish lifestyles, expensive cars, designer clothes, exotic vacations. A seed of discontent began to sprout. He started dabbling in speculative investments, chasing the next big thing, staying up late, glued to his screen, hoping to strike it rich overnight. He saw his friends buying bigger houses, newer gadgets, and he felt a pressure, a desperate need to keep up, to surpass them even. His small apartment suddenly felt cramped, his car outdated, his clothes unremarkable. He convinced himself that if he just had that new watch, that upgraded phone, that perfect vacation, he would finally be happy, finally feel complete. Do you recognize that feeling? That hollow ache for something outside yourself to fill an inner void? The Bible has a powerful warning for Alex and for us. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. 1 Timothy 6:10, NIV. Notice, it doesn't say money itself is evil, it's the love of it, the eagerness for it, the way it becomes an idol. Proverbs 28:20 echoes this, saying, "A trustworthy person will get a rich reward, but a person who is eager to get rich will not go unpunished." Alex pursued money not as a tool, but as a god, believing it held the power to grant him ultimate satisfaction. He worked longer hours, sacrificing time with family and friends, neglecting his spiritual life, all for the fleeting thrill of an acquisition or the promise of a big score. The initial rush of buying something new quickly faded, replaced by another yearning, another comparison, another goalpost moved further down the field. He found himself exhausted, constantly anxious about his investments, always looking over his shoulder, wondering if he was missing out. The quiet joy he once found in simple things was gone, replaced by a restless discontent. His sleep became troubled, his relationships strained, his heart heavy with a strange emptiness. He was pursuing riches, but piercing himself with griefs he hadn't anticipated. He was trapped, not by a lack of money, but by an insatiable desire for more. But what if there's a deeper trap, one that even those who do accumulate wealth can fall into, a trap that whispers seductive lies of security and control? This brings us to the second insidious trap, the illusion of self-sufficiency and the dangers of hoarding. Meet Sarah. Sarah grew up in a household that experienced lean times, and she vowed she would never be poor again. She was incredibly diligent, a meticulous saver, a shrewd investor. Her bank accounts grew, her portfolio diversified, and she built a formidable fortress of financial security. On the surface, Sarah was a model of financial responsibility. But beneath that polished exterior lay a deep-seated fear, a relentless need to control every aspect of her financial future. She trusted no one, not even God, with her money. Her wealth became her identity, her source of security, her ultimate refuge. She rarely gave to charity, always finding a reason to hold on to just a little more for a rainy day. Inviting friends over for dinner often felt like an expensive chore. When opportunities arose to bless others or contribute to causes she once believed in, a cold hand of fear gripped her heart, whispering, "What if you need it later? What if everything collapses?" Does this resonate with you, even a little? The feeling that you must be in control, that you must save every penny, not out of wisdom, but out of a deep distrust of the future or a lack of faith in divine provision. The Bible tells a chilling story that speaks directly to Sarah's plight, the parable of the rich fool, Luke 12:16-21. Jesus describes a man whose land produced abundantly. Instead of sharing or being generous, he decided to tear down his barns and build bigger ones to store all his surplus. He said to himself, "You have plenty of grain laid up for many years. Take life easy, eat, drink, and be merry." But God said to him, "You fool! This very night your life will be demanded from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself?" Then Jesus concludes, "This is how it will be with whoever stores up things for themselves but is not rich toward God." Sarah was rich in possessions, but poor in spirit. Her wealth didn't bring her peace. It brought her a different kind of anxiety, the anxiety of loss, the fear of losing control. She became isolated, unable to truly enjoy what she had because her gaze was always fixed on protecting it, accumulating more, and fearing what might happen if she ever let go. Her savings account was full, but her life felt empty, burdened by the weight of her own self-reliance. Proverbs 11:28 wisely states, "Those who trust in their riches will fall, but the righteous will thrive like a green leaf." Sarah, in her attempt to secure everything, was actually losing the very essence of a rich life: connection, generosity, and faith. She was hoarding not just money, but her own sense of self, becoming a prisoner of her perceived security. But what if there's a trap even more insidious, a silent killer of dreams that subtly binds us, not by what we have, but by what we owe? Now we come to the third, and perhaps most prevalent, money trap that silently suffocates millions: the deceptive chains of debt and financial entanglement. Imagine Maria, a vibrant, ambitious young woman with dreams as big as the sky. She wanted to launch her own business, buy a cozy home, and travel the world. But along the way, she started making small choices that slowly, subtly began to weave a web around her. A student loan to get her degree, a credit card for emergencies that quickly became everyday purchases, a car loan for a vehicle slightly out of her budget, just to impress. Each new debt felt small, manageable, a necessary step towards her aspirations.
She told herself she'd pay it off next month, next year, when her business took off. But next month never quite caught up. The interest accumulated, the minimum payments grew, and suddenly, Maria wasn't just working for her dreams, she was working for her lenders. The constant cycle of payments, the ever-present shadow of her outstanding balances, began to chip away at her freedom, her joy, her very ability to breathe. Have you ever felt that suffocating weight, the constant pressure of owing money? The feeling of having your choices dictated not by your desires, but by your creditors? The Bible speaks with stark clarity about this trap in Proverbs 22:7. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a profound truth. Maria found herself unable to take risks for her business because she couldn't afford a dip in income. She couldn't pursue her travel dreams because every spare penny went towards interest payments. Her sleep became restless, haunted by the numbers, the deadlines, the fear of falling behind. She felt trapped, like a bird caught in a net, watching her dreams flutter just out of reach. The initial ease of borrowing had morphed into a crushing burden, stealing her peace, her creativity, her financial autonomy. She felt ashamed, isolated, believing she was the only one struggling this deeply. She was working harder and harder, but seeing less and less progress, caught in a swirling vortex of payments and obligations. Her once bright future now seemed murky, obscured by a mountain of debt. Her freedom, once a given, was slowly being eroded, one loan payment, one credit card swipe at a time. This trap, unlike the others, doesn't just promise false security or fleeting pleasure. It actively steals your present and future, locking you into a cycle that feels impossible to break. These three traps, the endless chase for quick riches, the fear-driven hoarding, and the suffocating grip of debt, are not isolated incidents. They often intertwine, feeding into each other, creating a complex web that can feel utterly inescapable. You might start by chasing quick money, fall into debt trying to keep up, and then hoard what little you gain out of a desperate fear of losing it all. The pressure builds, the air gets thin, and you find yourself gasping for breath, wondering how you ended up here. The weight of it all can be crushing, can't it? The thought that you might be caught, that your financial struggles are more than just bad luck, but a direct consequence of falling into these hidden dangers? The realization hits you. This isn't just about money. It's about your peace, your freedom, your entire life. But here's the crucial truth, the powerful turning point in this journey. You are not helpless. You are not destined to remain in these traps. The same ancient wisdom that warns you about them also provides the clear, illuminated path to escape. It's a path paved with intentional choices, with faith, and with a renewed understanding of true wealth. The Bible doesn't just point out the problems, it offers the solutions. It teaches us contentment, not endless craving. Philippians 4:11-13 tells us to learn to be content, whatever the circumstances, reminding us that we can do all this through Him who gives us strength. It encourages us to trust in God's provision, not our own finite resources, opening our hands to generosity rather than clenching them in fear. Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to store it. Malachi 3:10. And it calls us to live free, to shed the chains of debt, and to prioritize financial wisdom and diligence. The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. Proverbs 21:5. Imagine breaking free from that constant chase, finding genuine joy in what you already have. Picture yourself trusting confidently in a higher power, no longer burdened by the suffocating fear of lack, but empowered to be generous and impactful.
Envision waking up without the crushing weight of debt, feeling light, free, and in control of your financial destiny. This isn't a fantasy. It's a promise offered by timeless wisdom, a promise available to you right now. It starts with recognizing these traps, understanding their danger, and making a conscious, faith-filled decision to step onto the path of freedom. It's a journey, not a destination, but every step taken with intentionality and faith brings you closer to the peace you so desperately crave. So, where do you begin your escape? Start by honestly evaluating your own relationship with money. Are you chasing something that will never truly satisfy? Are you hoarding out of fear rather than giving with a generous heart? Are you caught in the binding grip of debt, sacrificing your future for immediate gratification? Take a moment, right now, to reflect on one small change you can make today to align your financial choices more closely with these biblical principles. Maybe it's setting a budget, or saying no to an impulse purchase, or making a small act of generosity. Remember, true wealth isn't about the size of your bank account. It's about the richness of your life, the depth of your peace, and the freedom you experience. If this message resonated with you, if you found hope and a new perspective today, then don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who might also be caught in these traps. Hit that like button to let us know this content is helpful, and subscribe to our channel for more insights into living a life of purpose and freedom guided by timeless wisdom. And I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 traps has been the most challenging for you, and what steps are you taking to break free? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your journey towards financial freedom, peace, and true abundance starts now. Let's walk it together.